Welcome back, everybody, to the Deep Dive. And today, we are taking a deep dive into the world of ransomware. Specifically, a particularly nasty strain called Qilin, also known as Agenda. And this isn't just some kind of like theoretical thing lurking out there in the digital shadows. Qilin has hit some real organizations, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Synovis,
Yep.
causing some major problems for NHS hospitals in London.
It's a very real threat. It's not just some theoretical attack that could happen. It is actively happening and causing real-world consequences.
That's why we're here, to kind of like break down what makes Qilin so dangerous and, why it's a step beyond what we think of as like your average ransomware and really how you can protect yourself. So let's just start with the basics. What is Qilin ransomware?
So Qilin emerged back in July of 2022. And what sets it apart from a lot of other ransomware is that it's written using these advanced programming languages Golang and Rust. And, a lot of ransomware is written in what are called scripting languages. Qilin, using compiled languages, is a whole different story. It's like the difference between, assembling a house from prefabricated parts and crafting it brick by brick. They'll both get you a house, but that brick by brick method, while more complex, leads to something that's a lot more, solid, efficient.
Okay, so Qilin is built brick by brick with Golang and Rust.
Yeah.
How does that make it tougher? How does that make it faster?
Well, these languages, they give the attackers a real edge in terms of speed and efficiency. And because they're not relying on familiar patterns that traditional security systems are trained to look for, it makes Qilin a lot harder to detect. Imagine like your security system's looking for like a rickety wooden door, but Qilin is like this sleek, reinforced steel vault door that blends right into the wall. Sneaky and dangerous. You mentioned that it uses this thing called double extortion too. What is double extortion?
So traditional ransomware would just, encrypt your data and demand a ransom to unlock it. Double extortion is a lot more insidious. Before they encrypt your data, they actually steal a copy of all your sensitive information. So now they have two ways to pressure you. Pay up to get your data back and to prevent them from publicly leaking all that information. Remember the Medibank attack in Australia last year?
Yeah.
They ended up paying close to $70 million to prevent the release of all these like highly sensitive medical records of like almost 10 million customers.
Yeah. It's like a nightmare scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, so who is in Quilin's crosshairs? Like, who are they targeting?
Initially, they seem to focus on organizations in these like critical sectors like healthcare, education, places that rely heavily on their digital data and maybe haven't invested as much in cybersecurity.
Right, the places that can least afford it.
It's a cruel irony.
Right.
Really.
Yeah.
And not just from like a financial loss perspective. I mean, like if medical records are compromised, if a university loses access to student data, that's a huge disruption.
Absolutely. And even more concerning is that it looks like their targets are evolving. We've seen recent reports that suggest that they're setting their sights on virtual machine infrastructure, things like vCenter servers and ESX hosts. These are, the foundation that a lot of organizations run multiple virtual machines on, like servers and applications.
So if they can compromise those systems, they've got like the keys to the kingdom.
Exactly. It's like, they're not just breaking into one room, they're getting access to the entire building.
Oh, okay. So this is where it gets really scary. We're talking about a whole new level.
Yeah. And this is where the use of Rust becomes particularly worrisome because it's a relatively new tool in the ransomware world. Security vendors, they haven't had as much time to study it, develop really effective ways to detect it.
So it's like a stealth fighter jet slipping under the radar.
Exactly, precisely. Traditional security measures might not even see it coming. And here's the real kicker. Qilin is constantly evolving. It's finding new ways to evade detection and exploit vulnerabilities. So even if you think you're protected today, tomorrow's a different story.
It's a sobering thought for sure. So what does all this mean for the average person, the average organization? What can we do to protect ourselves from this kind of attack?
Well, the good news is that while Qilin is a serious threat, there are proactive steps you can take to mitigate the risk. And a really critical first step is understanding the potential weak points in your digital environment. Think of it like reinforcing the weakest links in a chain, right?
Yes.
You don't want one weak link to compromise the whole system. And one of the most effective ways to strengthen those weak links is through robust data backup and recovery solutions. Here at Stonefly, we've invested heavily in developing solutions specifically designed to counter threats like Qilin. We know how important it is to keep your data safe and accessible, even in the face of the most sophisticated attacks. And for further information about our appliances, you can contact us at sales@stonefly.com or visit our website at www.stonefly.com.
That's reassuring. Can you give us some specific examples of what those solutions look like in action? Like what kind of tools and strategies are most effective against something like Qilin?
Well, one of the most powerful tools in our arsenal is air-gapped backups. This involves creating a copy of your data that is physically isolated from your network. Think of it as a digital safe deposit box, completely separate from your main systems. Even if your primary systems are compromised, that air-gapped backup remains untouched, readily available.
So even if Qilin gets in and locks everything down, you've got a way to restore and get back up and running.
Exactly, exactly. It's like having an escape route, a way to bounce back, even if the worst happens. And it's not just about having a backup, it's about making sure that backup is secure and tamper-proof. That's where immutability comes in.
Right. Immutability. What does that mean in practical terms?
So immutability means that your backups, they can't be modified or deleted, even by the attackers themselves. Imagine a document that's been officially notarized. It can't be altered without everyone knowing. Our immutable backups offer that same level of assurance. They remain pristine and ready for recovery, regardless of what the attackers might try to do.
That sounds incredibly valuable, especially in the face of something as relentless as Qilin. But creating and managing these secure backups, it sounds complex. How do you even begin to implement something like that?
That's where we come in. At Stonefly, we've designed our solutions to be as user-friendly as possible, without compromising on security. Our team of experts can work with you to develop a tailored backup and recovery strategy that meets your specific needs and budget. We'll help you assess your vulnerabilities, implement the right solutions, and ensure that your data is protected.
It's great to know that there are companies out there like yours that are dedicated to fighting back against these threats. What else can organizations do to protect themselves from Qilin?
Well, another critical element of a robust defense is employee education. Phishing emails are still a very common way for ransomware to gain a foothold. Training your staff to spot those suspicious emails and avoid clicking on dangerous links is absolutely essential.
It's amazing how one wrong click can open the door to a full-blown attack. Any other tips or strategies that our listeners should be aware of?
Rigorous patching and updating is crucial. Keeping your operating systems, applications, and firmware up to date is like locking all the windows and doors of your digital house.
It's like preventative maintenance, right?
Yeah, exactly. Think of it as preventative maintenance. Those updates often contain fixes for vulnerabilities that attackers could exploit.
It's like checking the locks on your doors and windows.
Exactly, exactly. Just good digital hygiene. And just as important as all of these technical measures is staying informed. The world of cybersecurity, it's constantly evolving. New threats are emerging all the time. To effectively combat something as sophisticated as Qilin, you need to keep your finger on the pulse. Follow security blogs, industry experts, attend webinars, stay up to date on the latest developments and tactics.
So it's not a set it, forget it kind of thing. You need to constantly be learning and adapting.
Absolutely, and that's where having a trusted partner can make all the difference. Here at Stonefly, we're not just selling products, we're building relationships. Relationships built on trust and expertise. We work closely with all of our clients to develop tailored solutions that address their unique needs and challenges. Our team is constantly monitoring the threat landscape, researching emerging threats like Qilin, developing innovative solutions to stay one step ahead.
Speaking of solutions, earlier you mentioned our Veeam-ready backup and DR solution. Can you talk a little bit more about that and how that helps protect against a ransomware attack?
Certainly. At Stonefly, we understand the critical importance of safeguarding data against ransomware threats, and that's why we've developed a range of solutions specifically designed to address this challenge. Our Veeam-ready backup and DR solution combines the power of Veeam's industry-leading backup software with our robust hardware and software, creating a comprehensive defense against ransomware attacks. For further information about our appliances, contact us at sales@stonefly.com or visit our website at www.stonefly.com.
So it's a powerful combination of industry-leading software and our expertise in data storage and security.
Precisely. It's about leveraging the best of both worlds to create a truly formidable defense against ransomware. And one of the key features of our solution is the use of air-gapped backups, which we talked about earlier. Our system ensures that your backups are completely isolated from your network, physically disconnected and inaccessible to attackers, even if they manage to breach your primary systems.
So it's like an off-site vault for your data, right?
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
A secure bunker that's impervious to digital attacks.
And on top of that, our solution incorporates immutability, which guarantees that your backups are tamper-proof. They can't be modified or deleted, even by someone with administrative privileges. So even if an attacker somehow manages to gain access to your backup system, they won't be able to do any damage. Those backups will remain pristine and ready for recovery.
Like having a fail-safe, right?
Absolutely.
A guarantee that you can always restore your data no matter what.
It's about giving you that peace of mind, knowing that your data is truly safe and that you have a reliable way to recover from even the most sophisticated ransomware attack.
And this is where our deep understanding of data storage and security really shines.
Right.
We're not just like reselling somebody else's product. We've really meticulously crafted this solution,
That's right.
leveraging, years of experience and innovation.
We're not just keeping pace, we're constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible in data protection. We're committed to providing our clients with the most advanced, reliable, and user-friendly solutions available. And we put our hearts and souls into ensuring our clients' data is secure, allowing them to focus on what they do best.
It's really inspiring to see a company so dedicated to fighting the good fight against cybercrime. So, we've covered a lot of ground today, but I want to make sure our listeners walk away with some actionable takeaways. If somebody is listening to this and thinking, okay, Qilin sounds terrifying, I need to do something, what are the top 3 things they should do right now to start protecting themselves?
That's a great question. It can feel overwhelming, but there are some simple steps you can take right now to start protecting yourself. First and foremost, start by educating your employees about phishing scams. This is often the first line of defense against ransomware. Make sure everyone knows how to spot a suspicious email and emphasize the importance of not clicking on links or opening attachments from unknown senders.
Right, because it's easy to overlook the human element. But sometimes a well-crafted phishing email is all it takes.
Precisely. Second, implement a robust backup and disaster recovery strategy. And I'm not just talking about backing up your data to an external hard drive. You need a comprehensive solution that includes air-gapped and immutable backups, preferably managed by experienced professionals like the ones we have at Stonefly. This ensures that your data is truly protected, even in a worst-case scenario.
So it's about having that extra layer of security.
Exactly.
Like that safety net.
And finally, stay informed. The world of cybersecurity is constantly changing. New threats are emerging all the time, and attackers are always finding new ways to exploit vulnerabilities. Subscribe to security blogs, follow industry experts like us, attend webinars, do whatever you can to stay up to date on the latest developments and best practices.
Knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
Especially in the fight against ransomware. Now, I know we've mentioned Stonefly solutions throughout this episode, but for anyone who wants to learn more, how can they get in touch?
We'd love to hear from you. You can reach us at sales@stonefly.com or visit our website at www.stonefly.com. Our team of experts is always happy to answer your questions, discuss your specific needs, and help you build a robust defense against ransomware threats like Qilin. We're passionate about working with our clients to create tailored solutions that provide the highest level of data protection.
And, we say this a lot, but we really mean it. At Stonefly, we're not just selling boxes. We're genuinely passionate about helping organizations protect their valuable data. We've seen firsthand the devastating impact that ransomware attacks can have, and we're committed to providing the best possible solutions to help our customers avoid that nightmare scenario. For further information about our appliances, contact us at sales@stonefly.com or visit our website at www.stonefly.com.
We are incredibly proud of the work we do at Stonefly. We're more than just a company. We're a community of passionate experts dedicated to fighting the good fight against cybercrime. We believe that everyone deserves to feel confident and secure in their digital world, and we're here to make that a reality.
It's that sense of community and shared purpose that really sets us apart.
Absolutely.
We're not just in this for the bottom line. We genuinely care.
At the end of the day, it's about building trust, lasting relationships. We're not just selling products. We're offering peace of mind.
And that's priceless. So to wrap things up, what's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to walk away with today? What's that one nugget of wisdom they should keep in mind as they navigate this, ever-evolving landscape of ransomware threats?
It all comes down to this. Ransomware is a serious threat, but it's not insurmountable. By taking a proactive, multi-layered approach to security, you can significantly reduce your risk and protect your valuable data. Don't wait for an attack to happen. Start building your defenses today.
Wise words. And remember, we at Stonefly are here to help you every step of the way. We have the expertise, the solutions, and the passion to help you build a resilient and secure digital future. So don't hesitate to reach out to us at sales@stonefly.com or visit our website, www.stonefly.com. We're in this together.
Absolutely. We're your trusted partners in the fight against ransomware. Together we can make a difference.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Qilin Ransomware. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay secure. We'll catch you next time on The Deep Dive.